My number one thing is masks. I wear one to protect my clients, and I expect my clients, well, I demand the clients to wear one to protect myself and the homeowners so that when they speak, it doesn't, carry everywhere. You want to Purell your hands. We have Purell as agents that we provide, and most of the listing agents will leave some at the home. So Purell your hands before going in. Try not to touch anything. Leave it to the agent to open and close doors and lights, and Purell your hands on the way out to protect yourself. Those are my recommendations. I think gloves are unnecessary.
So I think at this point in time, we are at the adaptation phase. So we're no longer in the hysteria, like don't know what's going on. So a lot of brokerages and agents themselves have adapted in various ways. It still hasn't been streamlined across the board, but we are seeing a lot of health disclosure forms, which I mean, everyone has their opinion on those, but that is part of the adaptation that we're seeing, that you're at least disclosing that no, I haven't been out of the country, no, I'm not presenting symptoms. And in my opinion, whatever really brings that seller or buyer peace of mind is what we're doing. And often right now, one of the biggest adaptations is we go into the home, the seller has left the lights on, you're not to open and really touch anything. And we're basically just taking certain precautions. And just like anything, we're just mitigating risk that way as opposed to how it kind of was before. I think we're full on in adaptation mode right now.
To add to that, one of the major things that are not permitted anymore is overlapping showings. And in the market we've been in and out of a home, and you could have had three other groups of people while you're looking at the house in and out. So that's no longer permitted. It's one group at a time. Also, to protect your clients too, what I do is we get a schedule of what showings are happening on that property. I try to leave at least half an hour before the previous showing in case there's still particles in the air. Due to the market that we're in, it's not favorable towards home inspections because of the multiple offer situation that we'll find ourselves in, which discourages offers with the home inspection condition. Although there are ways you could do a pre-home inspection prior to submitting an offer. So when you go view a property, you bring your inspector with you, and you do your due diligence before submitting an offer. So yes and no, that form of an inspection is not as thorough as a 3-hour inspection that would otherwise be done. That's my take on it.
Also, I'll add there, in terms of people working, yes, the companies are still doing home inspections and like booking. That's not, it hasn't been a huge issue like currently as of today. But just to tap on again to what Matthew was saying, a lot of what we were seeing in the peak of our multiple offer bidding war season is a lot of listings and sellers were doing inspections before, like a pre-list home inspection prior to listing the property, just to limit liability that way as well, and then give the buyer a little bit of extra protection when the reality is you need no conditions to get the property in that market. But in terms of the current climate of COVID, home inspectors have adapted as well and are doing different business practices to accommodate the new health
Absolutely.
situation.
And a home inspection report done by the seller, you sign off that you're not holding anyone liable to that inspection. So it does offer maybe a false sense of confidence on the home. Your bank is definitely available right now. Lawyers are still working. The land registry offices are still open. The home inspectors, movers, anyone related to the sale of a home and to the transaction is still business as usual, sort of in Ontario. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just important to point out that again, we're at the adaptation phase. Prior, we were adding, different securities just in case title registry offices were going to be closed. We'd then have certain things in place that if the closing had to be delayed due to offices being closed or what have you, then we could accommodate it that way. But at this point in time, things are looking pretty smooth and these businesses have adapted. So closings have been pretty seamless.